great pride and much joy that I have the good fortune of being the superintendent of Frederick County Public Schools and to be here with you today to celebrate something we have been working on for several years, and that is to finally starting with the shovel in the ground for the new Rock Creek School. We are so delighted to have so many people here to celebrate with us, but most importantly, our wonderful students who are going to be entertaining us in a few minutes, but other students from the school, families, and of course we have many people here today who have played a huge part in making this happen for us. And we also have many of our elected officials who just care very deeply about special education and have a special place in their heart for this celebration. So please join me in welcoming. I'm going to ask folks as I read their name if they would stand and if we could hold our applause until we get through all of them. We are very honored to have Kathleen Connor here with us today. She is representing Jamie Raskin from the U.S. House of Representatives. We have Delegate Ken Kerr here. We have our state treasurer, big responsibility in helping to get the money to make this happen, Nancy Cobb. Our county executive, Jan Gardner. Our county council president, MC Keegan Ayer. Our county council member, Jessica Fitzwater. Our board of ed president, Brad Young. Our Board of Ed member, Mike Beninsky, Jay Mason, Karen Yoho. Someone who works closely with all of us, our Director of Education and Special Initiatives from the county government, Janice Spiegel. Someone that many of you know and have worked with on this project for many years, our Chief Operating Officer, Paul Lebo. Our Executive Director of Public Affairs, Daryl Boffman. Our Chief Financial Officer, another important money person to know, Leslie Pellegrino. We have our Instructional Director for Elementary Schools, Mark Pritz. Our Director of Special Education, Michelle Concepcion and Linda Chambers. The principal from Urbana Elementary School getting a sneak preview here today, Tracy Hilliard. And the principal of Rock Creek School, Katie Buckley. Please welcome all of these special folks here today. As I said, a very joyful celebration, and the people that this matters the most for our students. And so I want to introduce those who will be performing for us, but also the student ambassadors who I think are going to be helping us with the task of getting that dirt off the ground, right? Our student ambassadors. So the performers today, we have Jasmine Grant, Michael Pastor, Harris Nasenda, Allison Winkler, and Paris Bukasa. And we want to thank the person who will be leading them today, their music teacher, Mr. Colin Schulzeberger. And our student ambassadors who will be joining us when we get ready to lift the shovels will be Giovanni Ayala from Pre-K, Jaden Cabrera from grade 5, Wyatt Main from grade 6, Ronan Hamilton from grade 8, Michael Pastor, grade 9, Jake Sclater, grade 10, Andrew Ablondi, grade 12, Reese Roberts, grade 12, Shania Mon from kindergarten, and representing the staff, a very special instructional assistant, Sue Pittman. So we look forward to seeing all of you when we get the shovels out. And now I turn it over to Mr. Schulzeberger and our wonderful students from Rock Creek.
Thank you, everybody. Today we're going to be doing a performance on our talking devices. They're called Step by Thank you, Colin. And thank you, students. A very touching music performance. I wish the wind would die down just a little bit today. My speech is actually taped to the podium. But greetings to all the state and local officials, and our Board of Education members, FCPS staff members, and welcome to our Rock Creek students and their families who are joining us today. It is an honor to be here today. First, I would like to say thank you to our community and the citizens who have voted to build this new school. This is such a joyful time for Frederick County Public Schools to be building a new special education public day school in our county since 1972. As principal, I am honored to be part of the groundbreaking ceremony. What an exciting time for our students, our district, and the town of Walkersville. A true commitment to serving students with special education needs has been demonstrated by the allocation of this new school for our students. Aubrey Hepburn said, "To plant a garden is to believe in tomorrow." How fitting for this new school. We are dreaming this garden right here, on this piece of land. And we are carrying it out by planning the school with learning and accessibility in mind. Rock Creek School carries out the work of educating students with disabilities, putting learning at the forefront with out-of-the-box thinking and collaborative practice. Our new building will provide 84,382 square feet of interactive learning and accessibility features to include wall-to-wall wireless and interactive panels. What we do at Rock Creek School through excellent teaching and learning will continue to grow here as well. Inclusive opportunities with the Walkersville feeder schools and a connection with the Walkersville community will increase outcomes for students and demonstrate a dedication and support to the Walkersville community. An arrangement has been made with Parks and Recreation to create a recreation center exclusively for students with special needs. What an amazing opportunity. Rock Creek School will be a special school designated as a Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, or LEED school. Several specific initiatives include the positioning of the school to best use natural light sources and motion detection for lights to conserve energy. These innovative and purposeful design strategies demonstrate a commitment to the Walkersville and Frederick County environments. We are so much more than this building itself. We are about all of us, our students, our families, our community, our staff, and our teaching and learning. It is a day to truly be celebrated by the town of Walkersville, the state, and particularly the community of Rock Creek School. It is a day to be excited about the possibilities that the new school building may bring to the town and you, the students and families. On behalf of Rock Creek School, thank you to the State of Maryland, Board of Education, and Frederick County for your commitment and support for the construction of Rock Creek School. It would not be possible without the support of each of you here today. We are all looking forward to the transition to the new building in the winter-spring of 2021. Now I'd like to welcome and introduce Mr. Brad Young, President of the Board of Education of Frederick County, to share some remarks.
As Katie said, it is an honor to be here, and I do, they've already been recognized, but I also re-recognize our board members that are here, Mr. Mason, Mrs. Yoho, Mr. Beninsky. I don't think anybody else snuck in, but it is an awesome day today to have the groundbreaking for the building that's going to go up right here behind us. As a resident of Walkersville, first off, I want to say I'm so excited that Rock Creek is coming to Walkersville, and I know that the community of Walkersville is going to open its arms to this school, and it's going to be a great addition to our community and to our students at our schools that are going to be able to interact with Rock Creek. The building that's going to go up behind us just doesn't happen overnight. Many of our members have been working on this project for a long time. We did introduce Delegate Kerr, but Delegate Kerr was also a member of the Board of Education when we first started talking about Rock Creek many years ago, going through the process of deciding where the building would be, what size building do we build, what does it include. Those are not easy decisions. And the reason that they're not easy is the building behind us is going to cost close to $50 million. And it's an investment that is not only necessary but critical to the learning of some of our most special students that we have in Frederick County Public Schools. Every year I go out to Rock Creek and volunteer to referee their student-teacher basketball game. time, and by being out there, I've been able to see how much that building needed some love and attention, and more importantly, needed to be replaced. So I'm very happy that today we're able to start that process of building the new building. I did want to say we do have Treasurer Kopp here, that the state and County Executive Gardner, we couldn't do this without them. Between the last couple years and next couple years, Frederick County is going to be building over $500 million worth of new buildings between Butterfly Ridge, Sugarloaf, Blue Heron, addition to Oakdale Middle School, Rock Creek, Brunswick Elementary, Liberty Elementary, Brunswick High School, and other projects over $500 million. And again, that's not easy to do, and we could not do that without the generous support of our county and our state. So I, on behalf of the board, want to thank County Executive Gardner and Treasurer Kopp for helping us make this a reality. So with that, at this point, I will turn it over to our County Executive, Jan Gardner.
Thank you, Brad, and good morning, everyone. It's really a beautiful day here in Frederick County, an exciting day to be here for the official groundbreaking for the new Rock Creek School. And we're going to all try to keep everything from flying away in the wind, but we can deal with that. We have dreamed of a new modernized Rock Creek School, and it's been a long time for many people to get to this day. The school that we currently have opened in 1972 to serve students ages 3 to 21. And Doris Remsburg was the first principal and a great advocate for the school, and I really wanted to take a moment to acknowledge her and to remember her on this day. Now this school is important to a lot of people I know. Within my own staff, Margaret Nussbaum, who's my chief of staff, her Aunt Bootsy was a special education teacher, and her mother was the first school nurse here at Rock Creek. So it really has a special place in the heart for a lot of people in our community, but most particularly for the students and the families that have been served. And I really want to acknowledge the students, parents, staff, and the community that have really demonstrated their strong commitment and involvement to education through their advocacy for this school. The community's been very involved in the planning process, participating in the feasibility study, and the design for at least 2 years. The community recognizes the importance of having an updated, modern, and adequate space to accommodate the unique needs of our students and our community. So although our families and our students love their school on Waverly Drive, they know that time has come for a new modern school. The new Rock Creek School is being built to accommodate up to 120 students, and as the principal said, will be much larger than the current facility. When it opens in the fall of 2021, Rock Creek School will be a modern 21st century learning facility, providing a safe learning environment for its students, state-of-the-art technology and equipment, wider hallways, and a lot of other important amenities. Personally, I'm excited because for the first time in Frederick County, the Rock Creek School will include a community recreational gymnasium. And that will allow our Frederick County Parks and Recreation Division to offer adaptive recreational programs in Frederick County, not just to the students at this school, but to the larger community. And they're really excited about it. And so we really are looking forward to adding those opportunities for our citizens and our children in Frederick County. I'm so proud to be able to be part of the funding solution for this school. It is a $48 million project. The county will invest $30 million. We have forward funded part of the state share of this project. And I do want to thank the county council members who are here, County Council President MC Keegan-Air and Councilwoman Jessica Fitzwater, and really the entire council for really voting to support this project into the budget once it's been put there. And I have to say, we would not be here today if it wasn't for the great partnerships that we share with elected officials, with our Frederick County Public School staff and leadership and administrators. It takes many, many years to build a school. And I can tell you from working around the state that we really have special partnerships and collaborations in Frederick County to get things done. Schools become like a home to our community, a place to gather and a place to grow. So today, as we move the dirt and break the ground for the new Rock Creek School, I can't help but think that the students who will go here will have a great advantage, and that great advantage will be the support of the entire Frederick County community. The community has showed up and stood up for this new Rock Creek School. I look forward to its opening in 2021 because we know a new Rock Creek School is destined to be part of our bright future and serve this community for many years faithfully into the future. So I can hardly wait till then. That, I think, will be more fun than even today. But now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our state treasurer, Nancy Kopp. Now, Nancy is one of 3 members of the State Board of Public Works, and they approve all of the contracts throughout the state, including for school construction. And Nancy Kopp has been a big advocate for education and for school construction in Maryland. Now, back in 2004, I served on what was known as the Kopp Commission because it was chaired by Nancy Kopp. And we really looked at how to advance adequate schools across the state and how to increase funding so that we could accomplish that. So Nancy has been a longtime advocate for education and for our public schools and for school construction, and it really is a great honor to have her here today. So with that, Treasurer Kopp. And everything's blowing away.
The good thing about not having planned to say anything is that I didn't come up with any paper to blow around. I was so delighted and honored to be invited to come here because this is a special day of celebration, not only for the community and the school families, the Prince George's, Frederick. The Frederick County education community, but it is such a clear indication of what we all know, which is that Frederick is an education community. Frederick County is an education and family county. And the fact that we have members of the school board who then come into the state government, state legislature, we have a lot of familiar faces. Your superintendent is a great superintendent of Frederick County, but she's been to the rest of the state too and seen some of our schools in Montgomery County, Howard. This is a great state. This is a state that honestly believes that public education is the heart of a community, the keystone. And that's why it's so exciting to be here to see that the next generation of students, of families, of schools is breaking ground right now. There are a lot of things you do as state treasurer, investing the state's money, that is very important, but not much fun. But investing in the most important thing, which is the families and the schools, the children across the state, really is a lot of fun. And I thank you again for inviting me to join you. I look forward to coming back when Rock Creek actually has moved from Waverly here and to see the school in full form. Thank you.
And now it's my pleasure to introduce Delegate Ken Kerr, who represents District 3B in the state legislature and was a former member of the Board of Education.
Yes, good morning. You know, I was thinking today about what we're doing here, and I was reminded of a quote that's often attributed to Mahatma Gandhi, Pearl Buck, Hubert Humphrey, and a United Kingdom ambassador to the European Union. It all expresses a similar sentiment. It says, you can tell the greatness of a community by the way it treats its most vulnerable. And what we're doing here today is demonstrating our commitment to our community's most vulnerable. It shows the greatness in Frederick County to forward fund this $48 million structure. It shows the greatness in Frederick County Public Schools and the Frederick County Board of Education that they would make a commitment to build this school in this place. And as President Young said, I was fortunate enough to be on the board when we made these initial plans, site selection, the initial site design and building design. It speaks to the greatness of the faculty and staff and the administration of the Rock Creek School. We know the great work that you do every day. Any of us who has a relationship with a family with a special needs child sees the change that you make in that family and in that child, and it is truly great work. And it shows the greatness of the loving, supporting families of these children. And I hope that the men and women, the skilled laborers who build this structure, understand the importance and the greatness of the work that they are about to undertake. Today we're here to turn some ground, to start this project, and it's a proud day for all of us. And just like County Executive Gardner said, we'll be even more proud when we return here in 18 months to cut the ribbon. So thank you all. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the Kathleen Connor from my favorite Congressman Jamie Raskin's office.
Good morning, everyone. I am a poor substitute for Congressman Raskin, but what am I going to do? He is a little busy today. He is down on the Hill with a deposition. He 100% planned on being here, called me at 7:30 and asked me if I would represent him. He is a huge fan of Frederick County Public Schools, as Superintendent Albin knows, and Jamie is an educator by profession and believes so much in the power of education for every student. One of my challenges as his district director is any request that comes in from a school or student, he accepts. And when we go to a school, I know we're going to be 30 to 60 minutes behind schedule because he loves talking to all the teachers and all the students. So he asked me to convey his best wishes to everyone, his regrets that he's not here, and to all the public officials for supporting this effort. And he promises that he will be back to visit the school when it's open. Thank you.
I have to say, I agree with Shania that all the yays after each speaker. Yay, Shania! We have a lot of loose papers up here. In closing, I would like to thank our speakers and each of you for attending this momentous occasion. Learning at Rock Creek School is not bounded by time and place. For the Rock Creek student, learning is continuous, overlapping, integrated, and diverse. Whether in a classroom, a corridor, a playground, educators find learning opportunities everywhere, all the time. Rock Creek School is at the center of the community it serves and endeavors to provide resources to students and families and a positive and supportive environment that will enable each student to achieve their fullest potential. The construction of a modern Rock Creek School, one that will provide access and equity for Frederick County students with complex medical conditions and severe intellectual, physical, emotional, hearing, vision, and learning disabilities from ages 3 through 21, is consistent with the goals of Frederick County Public Schools and the Rock Creek School vision. At the Rock, we make a difference, and this new school will help elevate the impact we can have on our students, their families, and the community at large. At this time, I'd like to invite you to sign our guest book if you have not done so already, and I'd like to invite the officials and the students to join me for the official groundbreaking ceremony. After the official photographs are taken, please feel free to take your own with the shovels. Not the gold one, though, that's mine. Just kidding. Just kidding. Refreshments are available in the back of the tent, and thank you again for coming.